so welcome to another video. This time we're doing drums! He's here, because he was sad. That's why he's here. His name's also Ringo, and it's the Beatles drummer's name. It counts. So, I realized from the last video that I talked about triplet eighth notes, and I really want to expand that a bit, because there's that thought of, yeah, you can do all these weird sticking patterns with triplets, but how do you feel them? You have to count them properly, because a pet peeve for me is people who keep them uneven and all wacky, especially when they're longer values, like quarter notes, half note triplets, stuff like that. So today we're going to start with the triplet eighth notes and show you how to go the longer notes, which are the triplet quarter notes, and how to count those and fit them in so they're nice and equal. And then go the other way and we'll do triplet sixteenths. And we'll break it down between the triplet eighths and sixteenths on the drum set, so you can see where they'd fit in, maybe with a beat, a groove, and we'll go from there. Alright, first things first. Triplet eighth notes. Now, last time we talked about them counted triplet, triplet. Nice and easy. That's the first one. Sometimes people do blueberry. The thing is, with any of these counts, you have to keep them equal. And that's usually one of the hardest things ever, to feel that three equal counts. Sometimes people might make triplet or triplet and like make them all weird and wacky. Use a metronome because they're computers and they know things. With the triplet quarter notes, so here's how you fit your triplet quarter notes in with your triplet eighth notes. Use your triplet eighth notes, as your count. So if you lay out a measure of triplet eighth notes, you can actually line them up your triplet quarter notes if you skip every second one for your beat. So you'd go you'd start off with the first beat, would be your first quarter note. Second one, it would be the kind of part of the extended value of the quarter note. So it'd essentially be two triplet eighths fits in one triplet quarter. So you skip the first one, you go triplet would be your next quarter. Then you go, so that'd be triplet, triplet. That kind of, every second one is accented or the actual beat that you're playing. So if I'm playing triplets, I'm just going to play it here, and I'll show you in a sec, but I'm going to do it. Triplet, 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 triplet. That would be our eighth notes. Now, the quarter notes would be this. Triplet, 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 triplet. Like that. It's kind of wacky, kind of weird, but that's how you feel them. You'd skip every second triplet beat of the eighths to find the evenness of the triplet quarter note. Because essentially it's the same thing as quarters to eighths. Triplet quarters to eighths, you split them in two, and you get two triplet eighths for one triplet quarter. There's that. Alright, so I'm going to do quickly the different sticking we talk about. Now, triplets, just alternating, triplet. Triplet, 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 triplet. Now, if I'm doing triplet quarter notes, taking out every second count, like this. Triplet, 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 triplet. That makes sense? One more time. Triplet, 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 triplet. Easy as that for the quarter notes. The next one we do is we'll go triplet eighths and figure out how to count triplet sixteenths, which is kind of wacky. Same thing. One triplet eighth splits into two triplet sixteenths. So essentially you can double it up. You could take one stick, count your triplets, and then double it every second in between beat you would hit with your alternate hand. So again, I'll bring the snare down. I'll show you all these in a bit when the camera down, but it'll look like this. It'd be triplet, triplet. And now I'm going to bring my left hand in to fill in the gap. So triplet, triplet, triplet. Filling in that. So now, the fun fact is, here's how you count it. Now listen, because some people don't know this. Some people actually still can't count 16th notes, just plain old, like one E and a. One of my students, if they end up watching this, they'll know what I'm talking about. But triplet 16ths, you count them like this. This is what, at least I do. Is 1 E and E. 1 E and E. It makes sense to me because the 1 is the heavy beat, like the beat 1. And then the eighth beat, the even eighth beat, is the and. So 1 E and E. And that helps counting it if we're playing a straight groove, trying to do some triplet sixteenths interspersed in there. Triplet sixteenths, eighth notes, I'll do the triplet eighths in my right hand. This one over here that's waving around. Left hand's going to do the in-between beats just to double it up. So here's just it would be the eighth notes. Triplet, triplet with my right hand. Now I'm going to put in-between beats there. I'm not even going to deal with counting it. Triplet, 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 triplet. Okay, now I'm going to add the counting in. Counting for triplet sixteenths again is 1 E and E Simple as that, 6 counts. 1 E and E 2 E and E 3 E and E 4 and E. A little faster. Now it's nonsense. It's nonsense, right? If I'm just playing like that, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to put a quarter kick. Here's a quarter kick. Again, quarter kick with triplet sixteenths. 1 Done. Easy peasy. So let's look at something where I'm going to play a groove, just like a straight time groove. I'll show you how the sixteenths will fit in with that sort of counting in mind. Now, I'm going to consider my hi-hat or my ride, whatever I'm playing as the main drive, that's just the straight eighths for now. Each eighth will be kind of the first end of the triplet. So I'd have to think, every time I go 1 and 2 and, I'm thinking 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So I'm playing a beat. Then I have the triplets. And 3 and 4 and 1 and 1, 2 and 3, 4. Just like that. Well, that's it. That's the whole triplet deal for this week. Didn't worry about sticking. Sticking's not a big deal this week. It's just about counting and properly counting it and keeping them equal. That's usually the hardest thing, especially with the quarter notes and half notes and stuff like that, bigger ones. Just remember to keep your, for the quarter notes, you separate them every second one you skip. So triplet, triplet, like that kind of thing. And then the 16ths, you just double it up and count it 1 E and E. That's it. So hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell, super smash the like thing, and I'll see you next time.